For the next hot tub, I want to actually make it with foam, and I'm going to cover it with something. But I want to make a smaller scale, so I figured I'd make a sink. So I started cutting little strips. I actually have the sink drain, it should already fit in there, to the size I wanted. But I don't think this is actually going to work. Now, so far it's actually sticking together. Just been using some medium Star Bond super glue. It does deteriorate it a little bit, but I don't know if it's going to stay. I bought this little shaver, but I have a feeling that once I start shaving this down, it may actually start to fall apart on me. So I'm thinking, I wanted to save space or save material and not buy a whole bunch, but I think it's just going to be better if I just stack a whole bunch of these, and I do actually have a hot knife, and carve it out. It's kind of what I'm thinking. That's where I'm starting. But I'm going to cover the whole thing, shape the whole thing in foam. Then I'm probably going to paint it black, and then I'm going to put the fiberglass over this. That way I can at least have a waterproof vessel. Then after that, I'll lay my embellishment on it. You'll see it when I get to that point. And then after I get all that on there, glued onto the fiberglass, then I'll cover it again with epoxy. So that is my foam sink that I'm starting with. But I have a feeling this is going to fall apart. There's already some eaten away spots on there. I bet you if I actually take, yeah, see, it's actually kind of loose already. I don't know. I may just keep going and just keep it at this size. Maybe just go up one extra level and start shaving it and see what happens. So I only grabbed a small 2x2 piece, so all I have left is this much. But I think I may be able to go up one more level and still have some left over. So this is the hot knife I have. I got a little piece that I can actually, I think I actually may use this than the scraper. The scraper actually seems to work. A couple other pieces that's got some a little longer one, but I think I may actually go with this and actually get this thing out. But I think I am going to cut a little more, another layer, row, just have a little deep. It doesn't have to be a perfect sink, just starting with something so I can experiment. That's the idea. I did also get this Loctite PL300 foam board construction adhesive. I don't know how well it's going to work or not work. There's the gun. I may actually try putting some of this on and see actually how this works. Just experiment. It was like $6. I hate to have to open it and then the thing goes to waste after I open it up. But I already tried shaving this some more and this is staying. It's basically a little mini cheese grater. But that's going to take a while to get through. It'll work, but the hot knife is actually going to be better. So let's get some more pieces cut up here and glue this together. I think I'm actually not going to use this yet. I'm just going to use some more PA glue. Turn this over. Yeah, put some some weight on there. Okay, well, let this dry and come back to it. The cheese grater shaver, it works, but with as flimsy as I glued this thing together, I started actually in here, but I can't really get into the corners, and I'm afraid I'm going to break this thing. So I got out the hot knife. It's an Amazon special Dominox foam cutter. I have no idea if this is a off-brand or what. I've got it on medium heat, actually medium low. It's not really warmed up yet. That's gonna work way better, because at least I can get into the corner. And ooh, got some fumes coming off of this thing. Gonna have to open the doors. Definitely gonna have to fill this thing in with some spray foam, but that's gonna work. And I knew I should have gone this way in the first place, but this is still going to be helpful once I get it closer to a shape I'm looking for. Yeah, need a mask. That stuff stinks. Kind of coming along, a little bit of a shape. Definitely easier than the scraper. Scraper will be later. Ah, there it went. Okay. Done with that. I'm going to try to fix this. I'm going to use some of that. Keeps coming. I'm having issues, aren't I? All right, glue that piece together, let that sit. I think what I'll do is I'll turn this over. I'll use the gun with a little bit of weight. All right, see how it works. Well, let's see how this Loctite foam board glue works. It's PL300. It's cured overnight. I don't know how long it takes to cure, but that's solid. Now this piece here, I'm not going to wiggle as much because it's still weak. Now I did test this yesterday and it wasn't dried, and I actually put a whole bunch more in there, and that's pretty good. And I think what I can do is I can take all these pieces and fill in the holes, and then let's see how this stuff cuts though. Grab the knife. Remember when I was cutting and I had the super glue in there, you could feel the difference when going through the foam. Let's get this nice and warm. Let's just go through that. Yeah, that's good. Go right through. That works perfect. This stuff was good. Good investment. So I'm going to glue up some more and glue some pieces in there and let this thing cure and do some more carving. Probably don't need to do this, but seems like a logical idea. Kind of shove some of this stuff in the cracks. I kind of want to do a little more. I want to see how shaving this edge down does. Yeah, that's still wet. That ain't gonna work. Looks like the big glops I have in there is still curing on the inside. See ya. I made it to Houston. It's Tuesday evening, about 8 something Central. Stopped in Fairhope, Alabama last night, visited a customer this morning, then drove all the way to North Houston. But I realized Sunday night that I'm definitely going to have to use the Great Stuff foam. I'm going to put a couple of screenshots of some videos, or actually one YouTube video. Here, now it's got some light on me. Might help a little bit. But it's Brian McFarlane, I think, BM Sculptures. There's another one, I think it was Dad Crafted. I saw a short. But the Great Stuff foam is definitely going to be what I'm going to need to use to fill in those gaps. So I'm going to order some of that. But it looks like I can get some better pricing if I order them in bulk on Amazon. But I learned, I mean, using the pink foam the way I started so far still worked. But to really get my edges and cavities on the inside smooth, I'm going to have to use some of that Great Stuff foam. And then hopefully if I'm back in end of January, into February. Might be able to do a little more work on it. Catch you guys later.